I've been trying to find a way to really ballast easy track, and I've come up with a little trick, and it works out pretty good. So what I do is I take this ballaster and I've modified it a little bit. If you look, what I've done is for the sake of easy track. So what happens is when you use this ballaster, it just slides everywhere. So what you do is if you take some glue on your finger, or just regular Elmer's glue, I like clear, and you just put it on the 45s and then you smear it with your finger. What happens is it creates a nice base, and then after you do that, all you have to do is you go in and you go with your normal tools like I have here, and you just simply, spread it out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue here and here, but not on the top. Not on the top, nowhere on the top. Just glue the 45s. And then this little piece with, you can actually use 2 popsicle sticks put on the side here. I just took some from a model that I had left over from a building. And I literally just glued it. Okay, I literally just glued it to the sides of this baluster, and it works like perfect. So I just thought I'd share that. Let me go ahead, and I don't have anyone able to video me actually doing this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it in a few steps and show you how I do it. And then it works really good. Okay, so I'll be right back. Here I've taken some Elmer's clear glue, and I like the clear, and so I've put a bead there, and so all I do now is I just smear it with my finger, the 45, just smear it. Okay, yeah, I don't mind getting my fingers dirty. I'm an artist, so you just do on both sides, and then put a little more glue. Okay, like that, just on the 45s, not up on the sleepers or anything like that, because if you use a fine ballast, it'll just rest on top of there with this baluster. And I'll show you how that works here. So let me go ahead and finish getting all the 45s on here, and I'll show you how this works. Okay, so now I've glued just the 45s, no glue on the top of the Easy Track. I've just glued both sides of the 45. You can see it's really glossy. I've used clear glue, Elmer's clear glue. And here is my adapted baluster. Okay, so it's always been a trial and error, but I've actually mastered it a little bit. So when I've taken, like I said before, I've taken some pieces from a model. You can use popsicle sticks, and you literally glue it to the side of your baluster here. You just basically sit it on top of the track, glue them on the sides, make sure you don't glue it to the track, and then you'll have it. So this has actually really helped me do all of my balancing easy, but this is like real easy. So I put a mark here to kind of control the flow. That's where it is, and so I'm going to give you just a glimpse. Now it's going to cake all on top, but what you'll notice is after that, I'm going to show you how you just go with a brush and you go through it. So it's really used just to set down a foundation. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and push about right there, and now I'm going to, if you look, and like some people panic, oh no, it's all kicking up, but look how it's coating that. And then once you go with your brush, you don't have to go very hard. So it's laying it down on top of the Easy Track. It's like coating it. So what these two pieces do, they keep on the 45s as it goes. And you could always play with the flow a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to stop right here and kind of give you an example of what I do. So now what I do is I just literally go here, sweep this off very gently like, okay, sweep this off. I'm just going to do this little piece right here and show you what I'm talking about. And then I go through here and on top of the edges, see, I just kind of wipe it off. Now, you don't like wipe it off or anything like that. You just do just a little bit. You keep the 45s on there. Then I take another tool, which is basically what's my daughter's art tool. It's just like a 45 sponge brush. And you basically just lay it on top. And what happens is, see what it does? You just basically lay it on top, and then you come back with the 45, and you go, you just, I mean, it's like super simple. And what happens is, after you've laid your foundation, you get this. That's what you get. And I've got like a lot of my track that I've been doing this way. There's some earlier drier pieces. This is my history of BNSF layout. And I've been debating whether or not to go and do this on easy track. I know people, you do a cork bed, but you know, it works for me. To each their own. But I will show you what this looks like, but I'm just going to show you. It's like, it is so easy. It's that easy. Okay? And you just basically go all the way down, and then you do the 45s. And what I do is I spray a base alcohol first, because it doesn't disturb. It's like, it leaves it in place. It doesn't disturb it. So, I mean, you don't get anything up on the sleepers. I mean, it is that easy. So all I did was alter this tool a little bit, and there we are. I mean, I still use a spoon here and there to get some pieces that may, like right there, but that's nothing. So you can see how quickly I'm able to do this, but still you want to take a little art time and just kind of, you know, massage it a little bit. It's pretty quick. Like I said, it's worked out pretty good for me in other locations. So what I usually do is I also go in and I'll put in, to shore up the edges a little bit, I'll put some green Woodland Scenic greenery here, and then I spray it with alcohol. Then I spray it with the Woodland Scenic Cement glue. All right, that's about it. That's what I want to show you. I'll show you what this looks like as soon as I get all these tracks and sleepers done. It's like pretty easy. You just have to control the flow. When I put a little marker there, and that's how I got this tool to work by what's the name of this company? Abrasive. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about patenting it, but how good would that be? Anyway, anybody can do this. I took a model from another building, or you could do popsicle sticks and make this thing work. All right. Can't believe somebody hadn't thought about this before, but works really great. All right, I will show you what it looks like. It's going to look like this when I'm done. Okay, so chat with y'all later. Okay, so I've got my 8-year-old helping me with this. He's holding the camera. Excuse his cough. So I've shown you the little tool I've used. Put on my Process HO baluster. I put a little mark to control the flow. And all you really do, like I said, is, I mean, this looks like a mess, but it spreads it pretty quickly. So all I do now is I go through and I sweep this out, okay? And then for the edges, I literally just do a little bit like this. Then I come back with my 45 sponge, okay? And I literally just watch this. And then I take it like that. And see how it blends? It's pretty quick. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this out to look like this, and then I'm going to spray it with alcohol base. And it blends in really good, works quickly. And I finally figured out how to this is the best way to ballast easy track. So here you go. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
Bye.
I wanted to show everyone. So here's the track. Look at that. Look how clear that is. And that's all by taking my ballast spreader, making some modifications, putting the glue on the 45s, and there you are. Now I have to admit, I practiced on a few practice tracks and I perfected it now, but it's really easy. I mean, it cakes up there, so what you do is like I showed you, you basically just take your 45 and you just tap. So you go with your brush, a firm brush, and you just kind of sweep. Like I said, you kind of sweep, just kind of sweep it off, all right? And then you take your 45 and you tap, because what happens is with the fine, it just packs on top. You just tap it. And that's what I did. And here we are. This is our ballast. Okay, so what I like to do now is, before I spray an alcohol base, then I spray the scenic cement. I like to go in and put some Woodland Scenic green in here and just kind of sprinkle it on top. And that's what it does, is it outlines it a little bit. Because one thing I hate is just ballast everywhere, and that lines it up. And then I go in and put in my static grass, which is what I've done over here, and it works out really good. So you see my static grass. So this works out, I mean, excellent. And it's a little quicker, but it's a little bit of a learning process. But this acts as my kind of like my foundation. It speeds up things a little bit. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sprinkle on my Woodland Scenics blended turf. And what I do is I just kind of sprinkle it on the edges here. See, I just go like on the edges, like that. I'll go all the way up and down. And then I'll go and I spray the alcohol base. What that does, it sets it. You know, it doesn't blow it around, because this is perfect now. And then I will use a scenic cement glue on top. I mean, it's still going to be, there's still going to be some really some imperfections and stuff, but that's what ballast is. It's not perfect. But this for me is good enough. And I mean, I had already laid my easy track, and I didn't want to go spend more money and put road bed down, and this works great for me. And like I said, it's my layout. So I'm slowly ballasting, coming on around here. So it's a process. I'm doing the switches last. I'm going to be very careful. I'm in no way going to use the process ballast spreader for that. I'm going to kind of do that by hand very, very carefully. So you see, here's a switch. Kind of stopped it right there. But see how easy that was? And there's nothing in the sleepers. It's clean. I also took a car and rolled it over it too. So I'm going to continue this, and hope you guys enjoyed that. I'll show it to you when it's done, but this is all it was. I just made an adjustment, and it works great. So that's how one of the easier ways to ballast easy track. So I have some more pieces to do, but once it sets and dries, it looks really, really good. All right. Talk to you everyone later. Bye.